shrimp cocktail. Obviously, it is Mr. Fish and Shrimp. It's only suiting that we have a shrimp cocktail. This is actually a pretty easy dish to do. You're going to saute the shrimp with some onion, some peppers, and obviously, if you don't have a really nice fancy glass, it's not really a fancy glass that you need, but obviously, it is going to be a good thing to blow your mouth away that you are so thoughtful in creating a dish with love. Because food tastes better when you create it and you actually are putting some love into it.
All right, and so for the main dish, what we have is chicken pasta with Parmesan as the, how did I say that, the garnish, he's going to kill me for this. Garnish, there you go. Chef Green one. He made a wonderful chicken pasta, and he grilled, so he just took a chicken breast, grilled the chicken breast, and you pan fry it. And you know some persons do the chicken pasta, the classic chicken pasta where you mix it in and so forth. What he did was lay it on top of the chicken pasta, on top of the pasta, so it gives it a little bit of a different feel, a little more vintage. And then you sprinkle some Parmesan on it, and I can guarantee you, your mother would be appreciated. And one of the reasons we chose this dish is, to be honest, it's a simple. Not send no kindergarten to their mother's too. But at least someone who's capable, or at least a 10-year-old and so forth, can do a pasta and can, as long as they have guidance, can make sure that this, so this can be something simple that a child who is about 10 can do, down to an adult or a husband or a boyfriend who has, his love of his life, expecting. And so to appreciate mothers, you can do something simple like this. Of course, there is no dinner without dessert. And there is dessert.
So you can actually get some items from Mr. Fish and Shrimp right off of the shelf. There is cake. We normally have a wide variety of cake. You can get chocolate cake, you can get cheesecake, you can get pound cake, any kind of cake you can think of, you can get it.
Yes, and those are from Marvin's cake. She is amazing, especially her fruit cake, her rum cake. Mwah. Of course, we have bread. This is for potato pudding, and what we can pair this in with is some ice cream, and you can also get this at Mr. Fish and Shrimp. It actually comes in a smaller pack, it comes in a bigger pack, and all these things you can get down at Golden Grove Near Extension. Mr. Fish and Shrimp is located on Seafood Road at Golden Grove Near Extension. The number for the store is 560-0382, and online you can meet us on Mr. Fish and Shrimp. For Facebook, just check out Mr. Fish and Shrimp and you can see us online. We should have a website coming soon. By summer, our website is on. One of the most exciting things I have about today is, and I'm going to say that earlier, I was going to wait until later, but I kind of figure out, let it be just all about mothers. So just a little surprise, we are going to have a Founders Day. And in June, stay tuned next week, you will know the date. In June, we are going to have another Customer Appreciation Day. And that is going to be the last year. We're going to have spin the wheel, we're going to have gifts, we're going to have different promotions from different companies, and it's going to be great. So, no further ado, this part of the show is going to go to our other host, Ms. Shashwanet, who is the friend who likes to talk, which is great because I don't that much. There I'm lying. So she is now going to host the second part of the show, and for that we are going to welcome 3 other mothers. So Shashwanet is a new mommy. Her baby, which is my godson, it's not mine than hers, but it's my godson, and so he is about how old? 7 months. Then we have Mrs. Michelle Toussaint. She is a mother of 3. We have Miss Zap. Hey, that one is a doozy. The drama queen of the theater of the Antigua, of the only one and only drama queen that we have here. Actually, I think she needs to go Hollywood real soon. Yes, get a little bit too small, but Broadway is getting her soon. So we have the Miss Zara Iral, and we have an expecting mommy, and the expecting mommy nickname is T. I'm
Michelle, what are you, team boy, team girl?
Them equally disgusting, but boy babies are easier to clean.
Okay, so that's true. Boy, babies are easy to clean. Okay. Team boy or team girl?
Team boy.
You're on team boy? Did you find out the gender?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Awesome. I'm on team boy also. I said to everybody, my name is Josh. I was on team girl when I was younger, you know, when I talked about it. And then I decided I wanted to have children. It had to be team boy. Because if I'm Joshua, like, I have to have a little Joshua. Dog. And we're now going to talk about pregnancy. The expectation that we have versus the reality of actually being pregnant and being a mother. Let's go.
Michelle, like she is so ugly.
Your body don't belong to you. You can't indulge in any of the things that help you cope with life. So, we remind that because mentally, that means, and then you have the nausea, you can't eat things, you smell. Do you know that it changes? Before I had the last one, I was a normal person who did not need to use pepper like that. Okay, I could not stand red herring. Now, there needs to be pepper on everything. Red herring is now a food.
Oh, wow.
What wickedness?
Wickedness. Let's go for the mother who's actually pregnant. Expectation versus reality.
Only thing that I can't eat was I normally used to eat. I can't inhale onion, and you know, sometimes you have to season meat with onion and so.
You can't do it.
No.
Made you vomit?
And give me bad feelings.
Oh.
Like eating that thing for me.
Zara, for you, what's happening? What's happening?
My expectation was what Michelle described. My reality, though, was I had a really good pregnancy. I'm not gonna lie.
I was a bit touchy about that one.
Let me tell you, except for my morning, noon, and night sickness period, right? 10, she's coming. I was like 6 centimeters dilated already. So yeah, 1 hour, and let me tell you, my child has that personality. She has the personality where if she doesn't want to do something, you just have to wait until she's ready in her time, and when she's ready to do it, she is going to do it. She still has that personality. So I had a really good pregnancy. I was dancing. I wore blue jeans and lions during the summer when I was pregnant, and I was dancing and
Living your best life.
yeah. I'm sorry. I had a really good
I
pregnancy.
had a good pregnancy also, but I didn't have a 1 hour delivery. I was in labor for 24 hours.
Wow.
So I got up the morning just like you, and I saw my mucus plug. I had to go to the high risk doctor that morning. So we went to the doctor. By the time we got to the high risk doctor, they're like, baby, they're overthinking it because I was supposed to be due the 8th of September. By the 24th of September, baby wasn't here.
Wow.
That's just the date was off.
Yeah.
And then I was in labor for the whole day. I get to the hospital at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and although I've been feeling pain for the whole day, I was like 3 centimeters.
Wow.
And then the whole night, no baby. Next morning, no baby. He came at 3:18 in the afternoon. So I was in labor from since like 5 the day before. And he was just
When he starts to say no, remind him of that.
one of the biggest things I had to expect with pregnancy. I thought it would have been a glamour thing where I would have had energy to take pictures and do stuff. And most days I was just like, no, I'm too tired. I'm too tired.
And actually have
You must have missed show. I did for my son. It's alright.
See how you're gonna do one again?
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I'll tell you, my maternity pictures are actually hanging in a store in Redcliffe Key. Zeitgeist. Mark Brown did the pictures for me. And like I said, I just had a really good crack. My belly was pretty, anybody, well, I shouldn't say anybody not straight in it, but I'd be at work, and you see the belly? I'm just, sorry, Michelle.
Well, as you know, I didn't have one of those. I didn't have a belly.
You didn't have a belly?
I was walking on
Oh.
this.
Can I give them the joke?
Give us the joke. Give us the
The
joke.
last baby, right? Because Michelle and I got closer from poetry in the pub. And so she and her now husband, Glenn, would come as a couple. So then, like, one day I see Glenn posting all these new dad pictures. My son was just born. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't congratulate. He was cheating on Michelle. Oh, Lord. I had no idea Michelle was pregnant all those months coming. So I'm there like, I can't tell him congratulations. I'd be like betraying Michelle. Like, oh my God, how am I supposed to discuss this with her? How is she feeling? Because I had no idea she was pregnant. So I'm there in this turmoil, not realizing, oh, Michelle did have Glenn's baby.
You were just going to peep the card, but you didn't know how to peep the card.
No.
To break the news to her.
I feel like if you write on Facebook, congrats Glenn, she might just see it and be like, that bitch Zara. I did not know Michelle was pregnant. I was relieved afterwards to know that.
It was actually Glenn's baby.
And hers,
Okay.
yes.
So Zara, you are stuck at 1. How old is your daughter now?
16.
Did you ever consider having more children?
I did. There was a time I wanted 3, and then I had her. I wanted 1 more, and then decided
more kids? After number one, let's go back. After number one, did you want number two and number three? So, what's the time? Oops. But not one time.
But I wouldn't change one of them for the world. Alright, my children have saved lives just by existing and giving me somebody to not go to jail for.
Okay.
Right? Do I want more? That depends on which day of the week you ask me and which child has
So,
pissed me off.
so today is Mother's Day. What's the emotion today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
What about tomorrow?
Okay. So my lady who's expecting this is number two. Is it that you wanted more kids, or are we calling that oops baby? Because apparently
Well, see, that's I already have a boy and I wanted a girl, but I'm expecting a boy, so I just going to take what I get.
Yeah, go back again.
Probably, but not now.
Wow, amen.
so how are you? I never wanted children. I think children are emotional, physical, psychological, and social burdens. And being a mother, I still feel that way. The only thing I would add to that statement is you must be at the place to carry that burden. And I know that people glorify motherhood, and we go on social media and start influencers go like, oh, it's so amazing, I'm sorry, it's just having children. I think it takes a toll on your body, so that's all it is physically. And being that I was pregnant, I gained 50 pounds. Like, you just cannot do the things that you want to do. Financially, why is daycare $400? Why is a case of formula $400 and something? Children are expensive. That's a financial burden. Socially, you can't do anything. So today's the show. I had to call my sister because the regular babysitter couldn't babysit. I'm like, can you hold your legs for me? And she's like, yeah. But then there are a lot of people who do not have that close-knit family.
And there are two ways to solve that. One, get reliable babysitter and don't go nowhere when and if she's not available.
Yeah, but then
Shut them here, but stop with them.
yeah, but we can't shut them on the back
You
here.
can't take them everywhere. And I love that you're saying that because people are surprised when I make this statement. But I always tell young people or, anyone who still thinks about having a child, especially because society
Glorifies it.
and defines the epitome of womanhood in terms of a maternal aspect. Do not do it if you don't want to. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I hope we can get into that
Conversation.
nitty-gritty conversation about it, because you are right in terms of commercialism and then
The reality.
the way that some persons, even some of our friends, present their experiences of motherhood. It's like they act like there's no bad day. And then what happens too is that some mother who is struggling is listening to this and not getting the bad day stories and think, oh my God, I'm failing. When that's not the truth. Your friend who is acting like Martha Stewart, probably downing some drugs or wine in her coffee, is crying locked in the bathroom, but when she steps outside, oh my God, have that issue, she lied.
He's perfect. People said, let me tell you, and I was sick. People said to me, when you have children, your feelings about it is going to change. And it didn't change. I will say to people, I wanted my son. My son was planned. I wanted him to be born this year, July. My birthday is May. The man's birthday is June. We spoke about having children because when I went to the doctor and diagnosed with osteoarthritis, they say, if I wait till I'm older, they may get this carrying the weight. So now that I'm at optimum age where I'm healthy, I should have the child now. So we spoke about having a baby. So I was ready. I did all my partying, I did a lot of stuff. And I still feel that way. And people look at me funny when I say, I love my son, I love him. But I'm not going to sit on no social media and tell them, oh, it's all glory. They pick me up 2 times a week tonight. Then after clocking at work, 8 o'clock the next day. Hi, I'm Miss Francis. I got tired. Like, and we don't. Society doesn't give, and let me tell you about this maternity leave. That they give me 13 weeks and I need to train this child to be accustomed to somebody else. He is not sleeping through the night and then boom, I must be back at work. I must be back at work punctual. I must be on top of things. It's a lot. I think that mothers, we're superheroes. So sometimes I don't even know how the battle meant 2 o'clock in the morning.
The biggest lie I ever heard was, oh, the sound of your own baby crying isn't going to bother you. The lie.
That's what she when it's crying and you don't know what. You have cleaned it, you have fed it, you have nurtured it, you have loved it, you have held it to your bosom, you have given it bright water. Something you really want to do, I'm not sure to something. But you can't do that because it's a baby and it's not allowed to play. And then the thing is crying. It should be happy, it should be comfortable.
And you're tired. There are so many times where, especially because like when Nia was born, she was born on the 31st of December, right? So I think it was a weekend, so I had a few days with my mom to assist me those first few days, which I was very grateful for. I didn't have to change her diaper until my mom went back out. Like for 3 days, I didn't have to change her diaper, right? But when everybody went back out to work, no, and I'm alone with this little thing that is literally turning red as she screams, and my child didn't cry, she screamed. So sometimes the two of us just there bawling together, just bawling together.
And that goes back to our next question about when you have children, ensure that the person that you're having children with wants children.
Or
because my boy
should have a good support system.
No, very good support.
Very good.
It's not just a support system, a very good support system. Because a lot of us think that we have a good support system until we find out we're pregnant. And your friends stop calling you. They stop inviting you places. And that's why I can say socially, some people feel weird, they don't want to invite you anyway. Because they think that pregnancy is a disease also. So you can't do anything anymore. So they don't want to invite you anywhere. And if you do not have that support system, I would say to anybody, I have not experienced postpartum depression, but I understand why some people get it. Because let me tell you, right? Men only get 1 week home, 1 week, and then they go back to work with a little, and you're there with this baby. And I remember my father coming and said, Joshua didn't eat today, Joshua didn't drink water today. I was like, I don't need no time. I don't. And he's like, you're here alone with the baby, you can't do that. And I don't even think he understood that it's just a situation where so much was going on, I forgot to eat. I forgot to have a glass of water.
Sometimes you never wash your kid properly. Let me tell you, and I just have to always big her up. Lolita Kamash and Thomas, like Lolita, we graduated from high school together, friends. One of those lifelong friendships. Lolita, that first month I was home with Nia, Lolita came by me almost every day during the lunch hour. And it was the only time I get to piss, shower, eat, and number 2. And I was grateful, at 12 o'clock. Because the child was just screaming, she was just screaming.
That's probably why you don't have a next one.
But no, it's the feces too, like, you can say SHIT on the program. Yes. Okay, shit and scream. That's all she needs to do, just shit and scream. So if I'm babysitting for you, because I don't offer to babysit, However, I don't do diapers, so I won't babysit anybody unless I know my mom or my daughter is available to change the diaper. I'll change number 1, but number 2 not as happening with this auntie.
Oh, Zara!
I can't. She traumatized me.
And
when it is a girl, do you know where that shit goes? When it's a girl.
Gentle.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Traumatized.
The next question that we have, when you were choosing your name, was it like random? Was it a name with meaning? Because right now we see that people are naming their children all kind of things. North, south, east, west, corner, apple, sugar, sidewalk.
Random. Okay, I'm guilty with that. Me and my husband, we had long conversations about the name.
Aww.
Right? We wanted the names, for our boys, we wanted the names to be something that when they grew up and a the ladies put them off their lips, it would just be like, So we have.
Oh, you were thinking about that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were thinking about that.
Also, her name was actually she inherited her name, and this is being very mean. She inherited the name from a relative who died because of the negligence of her parents. And I figured, well, hey, every time he hear the name, he mental, get up, So that's why she has that name. And then my last child, he wanted a name that was culturally relevant because he's Dominican. And he was missing home, I guess. I don't know, maybe I don't do sandwich too good or whatever. but man named the child.
Sandwich.
Hello, sis. Antigua, come from. Right? So he named the child Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc. Oh, that rolls on the tongue nicely.
Right? But both of my boys have the name of one of my favorite comic book characters.
Oh, what's that?
So Logan for Wolverine and Remy for Gambit.
You named your son Wolverine?
Damn right!
You are on the people who named their children Sidewalk. You are on this list. Alright, let's go. What is your name? Random or did you pick it? Was it because it have meaning?
Okay, with this baby, it has meaning. Also, I take a letter from his father's name and a letter from my name.
The goodness. And the goodness. I did that. So my son's name is Jabez. My name is Joshua. So the J from my name and his father's second name is Nabez. So it comes Jabez. And then obviously we had a lot of discussions because the man said Joshua old name. And we're going to be picking this old name. And the people know how this old name. But I was in.
I am offended on behalf of my son whose middle name is Joshua.
I was there. The people had to name Joshua. There was no way I'm going to 9 months with this human and he didn't have Joshua. Because let me tell you, I have a little speech, right? When he gets older, right? So I do YouTube and we go on our hiking adventures. I'm going to be like, I'm Joshua there. And he's looking for us. I'm Joshua. And today we're going on an adventure. So I want another voice. It's going to be Josh, Joshua, Joshua, Josh. I have a plan now. If there's a girl at this ultrasound, I'm going to be balling. Then I'm going to scream them out the road because it's not going to fit. It's not going to be fitting with Joshua, Sorry.
So originally, I had wanted a boy.
Okay.
And I wasn't going to find out the sex. I was going to wait, but my mom was so excited. At the time, she paid for the 3 ultrasound. So then, like, you sure you don't want to know this? Find out now. And so the doctor said it was a girl. And I didn't have any girl names because I was sure it was a boy, right? So originally I was going to name her Tequila because that was my favorite drink at the time. I had a speech too, because I thought when she got older and she asked why I named it Tequila, I was going to say because your mommy's shot of sunshine, baby. You understand? So it's like everybody knew that because even before I got pregnant, and so I used to make a joke about naming my children after drinks. So when she was born, as I told you, she came out the room before me, and when the nurse came, I need to get the child's name. Like everybody who was there gave me the look. Like, don't you dare. Everybody just turned and gave me that stern look. So the name Nina is actually from her birth father. From day one, from the day I told him I was pregnant, he said he knew it was a girl, and he came up with the name Nia, which means purpose and enlightened one.
Jabez's name also has meaning. So I started to read the Bible last year. It was in the Daily Audio Bible app, and I came across the name Jabez, which means his mother bore him in labor, in pain, and then when he was older, he cried out to God for help. So like Jabez just fits with Jabez, and
So you have to teach him the prayer of Jabez.
And Joshua is a very powerful man in the Bible, so my son has has two names with meaning. And I feel like names with meaning, it's a thing in the Caribbean. It's a thing. Our parents definitely judge in us for that. So it has to be bizarre. We've only gone one time, so we only had one experience with pregnancies. For the ladies, every pregnancy is different.
every one of them. There's a different craving, there's a different feeling, there's a different back pain, there's a different pain, there's a different attitude towards the father.
That's poor man.
No. He has been through a lot. He's been through because there's something you can't
stand the man.
The first pregnancy is like, yeah, come here, love me, be all. The second pregnancy, you wake me out, why you breathe so long? Like, what is your problem with life? Like, why you still? And then the next pregnancy is like apathy. It was like, okay, so you're here. So, just you're alive. Deal with it. You're alive. Yeah, no. No. But one thing I can say for my husband, one thing I can say for him, even before he was a husband, he was there for the 2 a.m. not sleep feelings. He was there for the walk up and down with the picnic when picnic only one motion. He was there for the to today we spent a half day in the hospital, and he's the one who's been running up and down with the child all week, getting him prepped for surgery and so on and so forth. So he has been there. So despite all the abuse that he sometimes gets, because listen, when I come home, right? Because I come home after working 2 jobs. Okay, I'm a teacher, I'm a tutor, right? And also I'm my own money and I have to go and check my things because we're trying to get that thing sorted out so we can launch. And sometimes I come home and I'm not human, I'm not fit for human company. Okay, I'm not a person. And I will go into my bed and I will lay down in my not person itself, and he will come into the room and he will turn right back around and say, oh, space guy. Speak. I can hear like he's trying to tell the children. What he's actually saying is, no, go ahead, Dad, good day. No, go ahead, Dad. And the little one doesn't listen to the one comes in. Go ahead, Dad, I good day.
Pregnancy with my son, I never experienced. It was a good pregnancy, like during the 9 months. The only thing when he born, he never take formula, nothing. So I used to have to leave work, go home and breastfeed him, and then go back to work. And it's little I have to be every no type of bottle.
No.
Oh wow. So this one, like a man with sickness. I hated a lot of food that I used to like.
Very important. And I will say, I feel like men don't get enough credit, and sometimes we overcredit them too.
Yeah.
I like to tell people, when people say he's going to babysit, he's going to babysit, and that his child. It's not his child. What you're telling me about? Or when I'm like, I'm going on, it's like, what's going to happen to the baby? And I'm just going, but he has a father. A day, I was so tired, right? I go home and I put my phone on silent. And my friend calls me, but suppose something happened to Jabez, and like, they would have called the daddy, and he would have fired me. But some days, men just have to step up to the plate, and I will say, having a good support system in that man, or even if it's not that man, that family, changes everything. Everything. Like going back to work, my boyfriend, he normally gets home at 11, so I don't wake him up for that 2 o'clock feeding. I don't wake him up for that feeding in the night because I feel like he's tired. But at 5 o'clock in the morning when I am up and it's time to go to sleep, to school, he is up and he is there. He's going to feed, he's going to change, he's going to do what he has to do. And on days when I'm tired, like he will just take him. And I'm saying, bigging up your husband, bigging up the man who makes sense in life, not the waste man. Don't make sense in life. Because men play a vital role in, especially when I feel like we're so tender after childbirth. Not just the first few months, but like so much your body has to adjust. Oh my gosh.
And then there is the whole thing about Because no, unsolicited advice about being a mother does not stop.
Oh boy.
Okay,
let's just talk about that one.
My eldest child is 17. The one after him is 16. Okay, I have bought them this far. They're not dead. They haven't starved. They have not known hardship. I bought them this far. Okay, and this lady walks up to me. This lady walks up to me and says, "You can't give up on them. You have to make sure you put in the effort." And in my mind, I'm going, in effort you want backside to teach me to feed them in the morning. I like that I'm a burden. I have not murdered them. I'm gonna drop the body on my head. Like, they didn't die. They reached the point where they actually write and say, like, I have done the right things. But the unsolicited and the advice comes with this note of condescension. Like, you're not doing, like, you're listen, I just need to tap it.
Let me tell you the one advice that they give you that I hated. Sleep when the baby sleeps.
Yeah,
That is a lie as well.
I have to wash the baby clothes.
Yeah.
Wash my clothes. Eat. Sleep. Do all kind of sleep is the last thing on that list. And they all say, just sleep when the baby sleeps. I'm just like, I can't.
Ridiculous advice. Remember when I had my first child and now this child, where other people's children were eating 2 ounces, mine was eating 6. When the time he eat 4, he eat 12. Right? And this is all breast milk at the time. And so you know, you're food, you can make sure you get people and channel, but you know, you can't drink water and mind business because you know, shit is going on. So you know, you have to drink water. No, really, you have to drink water between 10 to 12 minutes. Oh, your milk not coming cold to bread. What's up? Get a towel up, put it on the bread. What incubator my body doing? Like, when all I needed you to do was tell me, listen, buy a breast pump, I'm hoping that. Drink your water, buy a breast pump, I'm hoping. Medium warm.
But in your story, and in that phrase, and hope for the best, because everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody is different too. I breastfed straight for 2 months. And it's like at the end of the 2nd month, I just ran out of milk. I was eating, I was drinking, I was taking water.
In your breast.
Kind of summer, and I just ran out of milk.
I never got milk. I never even got up.
But let me tell you this,
I
right?
did everything the doctor said.
Yeah, and
Everything.
I have friends that have had that experience too.
They said
Nothing
hot water. They said drink water. I was drinking water. No matter what they did, there was no milk, and my son would scream his eyes out. At the hospital, they had to give him formula because your breast supposed to give him cholesterol.
Yeah.
My breast was not even doing that. The boy a ball. The papa bring the formula. We went home from the hospital with the intention to give the baby formula. He did. And I was like, my breast enlarged. And I thought, I bought the pads. I thought, you know, I'm going to be a breastfeeding mother. I have everything. I have everything. But no, my breast did not give me milk. I don't know why, but it just didn't give me milk. And then everybody, let me give you the advice that they said, when every time I go to the clinic, they give me the skin up face milk. So you breastfeed? No, I don't.
Yeah, there's so much shame that people want to throw on you, and sometimes your body just isn't producing it. And let me tell you, this is my confession. I did not like breastfeeding. It was painful. My nipples never hardened. And it was, you know, like how you have it when you jump in the shower, when it's cold. Like, yeah, some of this happened with my breast. That was not my bonding moment with my child. So I was twofold when my milk ran out, because on the one hand, my breasts were like, hallelujah. On the other hand, I was like, damn, I wanted to get to at least 6 months, you know, the nutrients and stuff. But I found other ways to bond with her. Breastfeeding was very painful for me.
And that goes back to the point that I made. I never planned to buy formula. There was no plan to buy formula. We're going to breastfeed, so we're not going to be spending $460 for a case of formula per month. So we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be economical. No, but we had a plan. I had a plan.
Tiny humans.
God was laughing at me. Like, no. You have to be in state of mind. And I will say to anybody, if you are not, we can talk about postpartum depression. I said to one of my friends, I know why people get depressed. Because I cannot imagine myself in my early 20s getting pregnant. Because I don't think I could have afford. I can't afford it.
Well, I was in my early 20s.
Me too.
But I'm glad you brought it up because you made a statement earlier that I wanted to just comment on in terms of having the support system. I had that very excellent support system, but I still had a touch of postpartum depression. And I was grateful that, especially in those moments when everybody was out at work and so forth, and the baby was just crying, but I'm grateful that once they were around, I did get my time, even if it was brief, between feedings. So you can have an awesome support system. You can be breastfeeding, doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and you can still get it. Sometimes it is a hormonal or chemical imbalance that causes it. Sometimes the mother is just not connecting with the child. Sometimes you might just need to be just really gentle with yourself and even get therapy to assist with it. Because sometimes some persons think that, I am lacking this or I'm lacking that, so this is why, and sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with what you're lacking. It can still happen, and I feel like we need to normalize those conversations because some of the women I've spoken to, they felt so isolated and alone in how they're feeling, even with everything present, even with all the what is supposed to happen actually does happen, and they're just beating themselves up, which makes it worse. And we need to normalize having these conversations.
True. But not just postpartum depression on a whole. We don't talk about it. I don't know. I keep saying it's a black culture. I don't think our culture allows us to be emotional. And I come from a family that when I cry, my siblings laugh at me. They literally think I'm a share. They think I'm share. They do. But I will say to them, crying is normal. It is normal for you to feel sad. But society has said to you, if you feel sad, you're not supposed to look sad. You're supposed to walk out like a champion all the time. And we only talk about the glorious things. Did you experience postpartum depression? All 3 children?
There was at least one point for all 3 children when Louvers saved their lives.
What?
What's
Louvers, the fact they couldn't fit the picture. And there was a night, I just went to one and I said, listen, just line up like I'm feeling. Wait, I did not do that right. Just feeling this, what happened to me? And he took the child away from me. That feels like, okay, so just keep it. Okay. He took the child, he went away with that, we went to the child. Okay, your problem, we came. Right? We take things about right? Gave him some time, and when he came back, he said, okay, you just breastfeed. You don't have to do anything. Just take out the bottom. And he held the child up to the breast. You understand?
Support system.
He held the child up to the breast and let the child suckle and let the child breathe. Right? I won't do that. I was not ready for that. Right? And then you go to the clinic and you say, Mommy, how are you doing? And I say, well, I'm not doing better. And that was the first time I said, the next time, you're like, well, everything is hunky dory, all right, but then you're going bad. Yeah. Because.
You experience postpartum depression? No.
That's awesome. That's good.
Experience.
You want me to give you a joke? 2010, when we did When a Woman Moves, the production, I wrote a piece that was 3 different moms talking about motherhood. And the way it opened, my co-director and co-producers didn't even want me to include the piece, and they wanted to change the beginning, the introduction to it. And I said, no, you guys are not mothers yet. and I get 1 veto for peace. This is my veto. I'm not changing anything. So the piece begins with the actress walking on stage holding a doll, and I told the sound guy for this piece, turn the volume as high as it can go. And I made her walk for 60 seconds with the baby screaming until she just pitched the baby in the audience. You know, the audience, half the audience gave it a standing ovation. She started talking, people stood up and clapped. Because a lot of parents understood that moment and understood being so frustrated with the screaming. Again, busting the myth that your child's cry doesn't bother you. They understood. And I had people running me down weeks after the production, thanking me for writing that piece because it was so honest. It spoke about some of the things we're talking about here that even their friends don't talk about.
Type of conversation.
Yeah. Where you don't do it, and if you think that you might do it, that's a sign that you may need some additional help.
Therapy.
Right?
All of us.
But it crosses your mind because you're so frustrated, you're so tired. Even with a support system, you will get tired.
Let me tell you guys, it was a good conversation. I feel like these conversations kind of fit into our work because it's just so much to talk about. So much.
We didn't even touch the teen years.
Oh,
dating and the shots, the bikini.
You have to touch it. It's a whole conversation. So ladies, before we wrap it, what would be your advice to whether it's an expecting mother, a new mother? What would be your advice? So everyone's going to give their 2 cents and then we're going to wrap up. What's going to be your advice?
I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice that I have received and I have tried as much as possible to raise my daughter based on those 2 pieces of advice. The first one I got when I was 16, observing a friend's baby, and the older sister, the child did something naughty and everybody was laughing. And the biggest sister scolded everyone and said, stop laughing. I think the child was 1. She's like, stop laughing because in a year or 2, this is not going to be cute. So, laugh when they're not asleep. Don't laugh at them in the moment because it's right. Like, say for example, a child saying shit at 1. It's kind of cute. It's funny. But at 5 years old, at 6 years old, or even if it's the F-bomb, it's not going to be funny. And then it's traumatizing to the child because you were laughing all the time. You were reinforcing it that it was okay. And then, like, literally overnight, suddenly becomes a bad thing. So don't laugh at the cute, naughty behavior at the young age in front of them. Laugh when they're gone. Because it's not going to be cute in a year or 2, and you're going to have hell trying to let that child understand that it's not correct behavior. And the second piece of advice was given to me by Dr. Janelle Omard. She and I were pregnant at the same time, so it was kind of nice having somebody to... But this piece of advice I got from her. Raise your child in such a way that God forbid something happens to you, someone will want to take your child.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. What would be your advice?
I will take the advice from...
Oh, yeah, you're going to take it. You're going to take it.
How old is your first child?
He's 2 years.
2, okay.
So then the advice I would give, same 2 pieces of advice. 1, do not aspire to perfection. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. You are going to screw up this kid in some way. The kid is going to screw you back up in some way. You are both going to make mistakes. There is no such thing as perfection. You cannot expect perfection of yourself. Do not expect perfection of your child. 2, listen to your child. We have aspirations for our children. We all want our child to be a big shot doctor, big shot lawyer, big shot something. Listen to the picnic one. I have 1 very smart, 100%, 90% average in school, but the man just wants to play with wood. He's probably going to be a carpenter. right? I would like to have a good doctor. This is my son, Dr. So-and-so, but I'm one for being a carpenter, so he can build all the furniture that I ever have in my life. Your child, listen to their interests, listen to what makes them uncomfortable, listen to what makes them happy, listen to them, and it's not about you. You've lived your life, facilitates what it is that is going to get them to that place of satisfaction.
Can I squeeze one more? Yeah, go right. Because I feel like this is so important and it's part of our culture too. Stop forcing your children to kiss relatives, to sit on relatives' laps, to hug them. Stop forcing them. Stop forcing them. It's not, if the child is not comfortable, listen to the child. Respect them, because you know what's going to happen? One day, you're going there, because you force them to kiss Auntie Sarah so many times, Auntie Sarah might take them in the bathroom and have 5 men away upon them. And to say something against Auntie Sarah, they're going to think, oh, mommy's going to say I'm disrespectful. Stop forcing your kids to kiss people they don't want, because we're actually teaching them to accept sexual assault and unwanted advances. So if a child does not want to have manners, good morning, good afternoon. Good manners have never been associated with any sort of physical contact. So stop forcing the children to do that kind of crap. Stop forcing them.
That's a very good one. That's a very good one. My advice would be to break generational curses. And I'm not talking about just financially. I say to anybody, my son is going to have an awesome life. He is going to know that I love him. He is going to know happiness. And I'm not talking about us going on no pain. I'm not talking about giving him the best of everything. I'm talking about he's going to know what love is. He's going to be there because I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader. I feel like when he's a teenager, he says, Mommy, come to the jack. Come today because I want to be at this game with a plaque card. I want to be there on a Sunday, the beach free, hiking free. There are many free stuff that we're going to do. He's going to know what love is. Today in my class, I said to my 3rd and my 4th farmers in all my classes today, if you feel like somebody doesn't love you, mental health is real. A child took their life, and that is because we need to break generational curses where children do not feel loved. Tell the picnic every day, I love you. You are beautiful. You are loved. Because money, we think that money is the only curse that we need to break. But money isn't the curse that we need to break. That feeling of love. Come tell somebody for crackers and cheese out when they have some play. That is going to be us. Eating that crackers and cheese. And I said to somebody, and they said to me, I said, I love my other half, but if he left, he got left, and my child will never know the man bad. Because he will say, your dad is a good man. Your dad is good. And that's what he's going to always, and I tell somebody that I got that from my dad. He never had anything bad to say about my mother. To this day, he doesn't. And we need to break generational curses. We need to encourage our children and let them know what love is. Because too many children go outside looking for love because it is not within the home.
Yes.
And my advice to people who are out there and glorifying the hood is lies. It's lies. Stop it. Let me tell you.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's lies.
Not that you shouldn't share the good moment.
Hello, social media is an illusion. It is an illusion.
It's not an illusion. But there's more to it than the awesome pick you up the day hugs. There's more happening outside of the proud moments. There's more to it. So I'm not going to say it's an illusion because, oh my God, thank God for giving me the child that I have. Some days I think she could kill me. Some days me want to kill she, but oh my God, I love she, see? I love her. She's my favorite traveling companion. She is just like when she dances, I feel like my soul is nourished when I see that little girl dance. And some like I prayed for a child that was witty. Sometimes I regret it, but I'm happy. Because the back chat from little come up, you know, and so like there are these amazing, look, let me tell you, listening to you, watching you just not talk about the love you have for your son. Motherhood is a beautiful, amazing, terrifying, here
positive because all you share are the hugs and the funny moments. Share the recorder recitals in your living room at 10 o'clock at the test tomorrow in the north. How to play the recorder. Share the ugly meals that the baby met that you have to eat because he can't cook and there's eggshells in the egg. Share all of it to your nutrition. Nobody no pressure.
Yeah, talk to your friends, man. They're probably going through the same thing too.
I really think that we need to know. I would say to anybody, it is a beautiful thing, but there's a lot into it that social media does. I said my son is 7 months, he still gets up and eats 2 and 3 times. That is exhausting. But you're not gonna see, I'm tired. It is not only exhausting in that way, it is also the situation where like society says it's all beautiful. It's not all beautiful. And I said to anybody, formula $400. Like you have $400.
What did you attain at the 400? Can I just tell them about it? Cheap.
It's cheap. Oh Lord, I have the cheap one. I have the cheap one. I have the cheap one. It's live. Nickel. The cheap one I have. Anyways, guys, we have to move on. But it was a good conversation. I love it. And my co-host behind here.
She's rocking it.
She's rocking a teddy bear. Let's go back to her. Thank you very much, lady.
You too.
Well, all this baby talk, you know, baby afro, it's okay. And I'm just thinking that, you know, after all of this, I think I want to be, you know, to be honest, let's be honest. This is my baby I sleep with my gender. Anyways, to be honest, I've always thought of having a child. I wanted a child, and for most persons who know me knew that I had an ectopic pregnancy a couple years ago, and won't mention who the doctor is, but you know, he messed with the second tube and made it worse. But to be honest, I remember feeling so less than. I don't know, it makes you feel like you're not a woman. It made me feel at one point that I am not complete. And I remembered when I was about, I think, 30 something, I went to Dr. Abbott and he put me through all his tests. And one of my friends got pregnant by doing this whole seasonal thing. God, I smelled like seasoning for 40 days, like Jesus. 40 days fast. But I went through all of that. And then I found out, you know, I had a 2% chance of getting pregnant. Then I found out that I had to pay, and I had no problem with the money, to be totally honest. I know she said 400 was a lot. I had to pay 10,000 US for in vitro. And that had nothing to do with the 6,000 EC that I had to pay down here just for shots. And I was willing to go through all of that. But again, you need a proper system, you need a good support system. And although my family couldn't wait for me to, it never actually happened. And so I always used to feel kind of left out. But I can never forget Broadway. No, I know, I have plenty. We have plenty, trust me, I have plenty. And I never forgot one of my friends, Scary said, Kat, I know you feel bad, but think about it this way. I've seen you with other person's children. I've seen you as a teacher and I see you as a mother. And if you had your own little, because unlike you guys, my child was going to probably be named motherboard, keyboard, and all this. Text something. So everybody knows this. But it's like if you, the amount of children that you helped. And at that point, it was when I actually got Kelisha. And I've had Keke from since she was, 12? And it became this different feeling. So I really did enjoy the talk. A lot of the things that you guys said, I do hope that a lot of persons really, I one of the things that they do. So we have a little big bag and a little, thank you cards and so forth from them. And so we're going to go to the other part. And so thank you guys so much. But we want to emphasize on something because it's always been my pet peeve. Mother's Day is not, don't get me wrong. These things that I'm about to show you, everything here is basically gifts, and we're basically at one of our, it's either at the shop at Mr. Fish and Shrimp, or we have individuals like Just For You who created these wonderful cards. We have people like Aubrey's Creation and X-John Designs who does tumblers and mugs and so forth. And we also have, the cakes, again from, what's her name? Well, Madeline, and so forth. But you have to realize as mothers, guys, every Mother's Day, people always used to give gifts, and this is from Zuko's. Amazingly, this young man, he's a customer of ours at Mr. Fish and Shrimp, and he brought this for me, and he makes them, like he legit makes them, and he don't just make them. Oh, let's show them the cutting board. He makes these as well, and it is really nice. Me and my brother, the other manager for Mr. Fish and Shrimp, Mr. Eustace Sizzle, big up to you, and the two of us fight for one of these. It was bigger than this, but he made these things, and amazingly, I have some great customers who start some businesses, and they're really talented. I'm showing this because you can get all of these on Mr. Fish and Shrimp, but there are times when we want to do a little bit more for our moms. Now, a mom get this, she's appreciated because this is better than the plastic ones, okay? Plastic things usually cut up, chip up, gets into your food. So these are way better. But sometimes, and I know, because I have a mother here who very much would prefer a bottle of vodka.
All available at Mr.
I can guarantee you she would prefer that. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to make a simple gift basket for your mom. And again, all of these things can be bought on there, but except for the plastic wrap.
Yeah, that top wrap.
You can get that top wrap here and so forth.
But for a gift basket, it actually doesn't take a lot.
No, it doesn't.
You can start out your gift basket with a bottle of wine, champagne, whatever your mom likes. And then you're going to have some fruits, because everybody likes fruits.
Very much so.
So we have some pineapple, we have banana, we have apples, and we also have some grape.
And right there, that's a gift basket. That's actually a gift basket.
Done.
Sometimes you don't even need to add, but
we're gonna give your mom that's extra special. So we're gonna give her some coffee and some tea. Because mothers, we like that tea. When the baby gets a talk in the morning, sometimes we can give some tea. Some tea.
So you can add, and as you can see here,
we also have some crackers, because nothing beats crackers and cheese and tea.
and nothing, not nothing. To be honest, especially after you have that. What time you guys also wake up and breastfeed?
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
I love you, Kate. Thanks for sparing me.
And then you could also put in some chocolate. And for moms, you can also put in a tumbler. You can put a special message. Whatever you want, you gotta give it your little flair, because it is from you and it must be done with love. Once it's done with love, it's gonna be great.
So this is a little bit too much for this basket, I do understand. But we just want to give you an idea as to how, and it's a simple thing. You just get it, you tie it around here, and you present it. And the thing about it is that the thought is what that comes. Right? And here, you can have a custom-made cap. And I love the fact that they did this. And this is from another teacher, actually, which is great. I'm a teacher, X-John Designs. Aubrey is a teacher, Aubrey Creations. And this is just for you. This is another teacher's one. And her cards are so cute. I know all the messages and so forth. And I'm like, sometimes you just want to do things and it's the thought that comes. It doesn't matter if you are not, you don't have a $500. Like we met a guy today. Oh my God, the guy was like, I just wanted to take my mom out for dinner and now she wants like a flat screen TV and this and that. Your mom deserves that flat screen by the way. But there are times, and there are some of us, and especially with this whole, grub time as they call it, it's just not. We can. So we do the simple things, all right? Sometimes you may not even have all of it. Sometimes you may just have a bottle of wine. So your mom works 3 jobs, and she comes home, and she hardly has time for herself. What do? You walk up to Mr. Fish and Shrimp, and guess what you have?
Some self-care items.
Very much so. You have a foot pack. You have this one is what? Hemp seed oil. This is with honey, and this is my favorite. When I use this, and when we sometimes work plenty and we have coffee feet, and so this, and we can afford a belly drop. This comes in really handy. You have these foot packs. And sometimes we just tired, and we get saggy eyes, and we up all night taking care of our babies. Stay up all night taking care of their babies, and they will call me if needed. I'm a very good moral support. You have the cucumber pack that you can put underneath your eyes. I did this morning, took a picture, sent it to Josh, and I was like, I'm getting ready because I'm not a makeup fan. I'm getting ready for the show, and so my face is all what is it called? Color what?
Collagen.
There you go. And my face is all glowing, and I feel like, yay, I'm young again. We have so many simple things.
Another big tip is sometimes we think that we need to go all out for our mom, so we don't have to get a pack of Epsom salt, get some warm water, get a bath, and just give your mom a nice foot massage. That's it. Like, you don't need to go and spend no ton of money for Mother's Day, because the gesture is what counts. So, mommy, I'm just gonna rub your foot today. And you just go, rub her feet, let her feel really good.
And sometimes it's just a matter of adding some personalized items. So we have, shea butter. And I chose this one because apparently a lot of people like shea butter.
Yes.
It's good. So we have these. We have this cute body spray. Your mom sometimes just wants her lips to look a little bit sexy for daddy. Have a little bit of lip gloss. You have some oils and this is black castor miracle oil. Apparently this goes in your hair.
Yes. Yes, your hair grows. And another big thing is getting your face clean. So we have some items that can be used to clean your face, whether it's morning or night, because having a ritual is a big thing, and moms need to ensure that they take care of themselves. So when you're thinking of getting a gift for your mom, it does not necessarily have to be a gift basket. It can be some self-care items. It can be dinner. You just have to do something and do it with love.
One of the things we also have is from Queen Doll's Beauties. Now we know we have some mothers who just want to be sexy. And right now, apparently, belly rings is a thing. Belly chains.
Belly chains is a thing.
It's a thing. We actually sell those. We have belly chains, we have eyelashes, because there are times that you just want to make yourself cool.
We have
locally made necklaces. And there are times you just want to say, you know what, let me take care of me. Or mom, you've done so much, so thank you. The whole concept of Mother's Day, apparently, sometimes I know the dads feel a little bad. I know, we put a lot of effort. But I asked this question the other day in one of my groups, and I said, what would you like for Mother's Day? And some of the replies was, a day for myself. A day where nobody will trouble me. A day where I can just soak myself or be away from everybody. And I guess we forget. We forget what it takes. We forget all the things. Which brings me to my favorite section.
Wine.
Okay, your mama needs a glass of wine. Because sometimes the days are so hard. Sometimes things that you have to go through is really, really tough. And you just want to relax. Again, it's the thought that counts. Again, it's what you want to show for love. Again, it's not just about spending $1 million when you don't have it. Or sometimes we feel like if we don't have enough money, we're not going to show that we appreciate you. We're not going to. Every Mother's Day is my mom has this ritual. And for my brother and myself, actually since we was younger, it was me, my brother and my sister, and now it's just my brother and myself, and she'll be like, I want this particular thing, and we will go half and half, or we will split the cost, and we will make sure she gets it, alright? And even at times, if things was bad with us, she would get it, and then we'll pay back later, sometimes it's great to have most of that. Or we make sure that it's the simple things that counts. And so you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to go over the top. You can say I love you, mom, with a simple mug. You can say I love you, mom, with a simple. Actually, there's t-shirts as well. You can say I love you with that. Just something simple so that your mom can understand that she's appreciated. And for Pete's sake, please, Jack, I cook for myself Sunday. I try to make the mothers cook for them. Cook for well, except well, no, he's a chef, he'll cook for you. But unless if it's just you alone with a little baby, then guess what? There is no, how does it shame in that, in your game? So you can actually do something for yourself, relax with yourself, be happy, and understand that, hey, this journey that you're on as a mother,
as Mr. Trump said, it's not perfect. We're not looking for perfection. They didn't die.
but there was the louvers. Oh, I was scared about the louvers. But at least you can make sure that that journey, you can relax a little bit and so forth. So,
now that we're at the end of our show, we always have a giveaway. So I just need you to answer some questions in the chat. So you would have had to be on the live from the beginning.
Very much
so I am going to just tell you what you need to answer. Put all of your answers in the chat
before you press send.
The people who are in the one are allowed to participate.
I'm not allowed to participate.
They're not allowed.
No, you're not.
You're gonna name one dish that we displayed. You are going to name. You're gonna list two of the questions that I asked the moms.
Right.
You're gonna say 2 gift ideas. And lastly, you're gonna say the address and the phone number from Mr. Fish and Shrimp. This person is going to win a $150 gift certificate from Mr. Fish and Shrimp. So just to go from the top, you need to answer 4 questions. You need to name one of the dishes that we gave. You need to say 2 of the questions or 2 points that we discussed with the moms. You need to say 2 of the gift ideas that we would have given, and you need to give the address and the phone number for Mr. Fish and Shrimp.
Very much.
So you are going to be able to grab that $150 gift certificate from Mr. Fish and Shrimp. And just so you know, we also would have had a prize for the first person to log on. That person, we will make contact with you, and you're going to get a bottle of wine.
But I think I want to give away that gift basket I made. So this is what's going to happen. From tomorrow, the store will open at 6. From tomorrow morning, everybody who shops, or should it be everybody?
Every mother
that shops, and their shops, their receipt is over $50. You write the name, or every child that shop, and it's over $50, or every husband or boyfriend that shop, and it's over $50. Write your mom names or her mother name and the number at the back of the receipt. And on Mother's Day on Sunday evening, we're going to very much pull that name, and you're
going to win the gift basket.
You're going to win that gift basket that we created. So
let me just check to see what the comments. Let me see if we have a winner.
Yes, I'm looking at the comments.
You think we have a winner?
Not as yet, though. I wonder who is going to win. So while we do that, we just want to say a big thank you to all the persons who, as you can see, this is all, very well set up. And we want to say a big thank you to all the ladies who took part in this panel. Mrs. Toussaint, Miss T, it's not really bad. Miss Errol, and of course, Joshua. Thank you so much to my tech team, Kadim, and half of my tech team is not here tonight because they had prior stuff, but shout out to my tech team, Kadim, Kathleen, and O'Brien Creation. She's actually here. I mean, these things are really lovely. She's really talented. Thanks to Made Just For You, thanks to X-Joan. Oh wait, that's me. Being part of this, experience. We do hope that this is something that can take off, and this is something that we can continue doing. And for us at Mr. Fish and Shrimp, it is not just about us, it is also a way to showcase local talent. And Zoku, these things are amazing. I am not going to lie, I've been using his cutting board, I've been using his products, and it's really, really great. So all these persons stand so much, and my right hand, left hand, side hand, So I'm seeing Samantha Francis online. Thank you. I'm seeing Viola Francis. I've seen Matthew Errol online. I saw Jane Wright online, Helen Vigilant online. You guys have a chance. Please answer the question. I'm going to have Joshua repeat the question and we will give you a chance to. Now, be very careful. If you do not answer the questions, unfortunately, that gift is going to have to, probably wait until Father's Day because we're going to have another Father's Day. Also, again, don't forget Customer Appreciation Days. And so as you guys know, Mr. Fish and Shrimp was founded by my dad, Mr. Gregory Clark. He passed away last year and it has been, a surreal moment for the family, but regardless of that, we wanted to celebrate his birthday in June, and so we are going to have that day. We're going to have a Customer Appreciation Day. We went to North Coast today, and then one of our customers saw me, and he told the guy next to me, I love their supermarket. They are so cool down there. They look out, and anything you ask for, and they don't have, they try their best to make sure, and this is one of the things we do. The whole idea is to make the community to have things that, and be the best community grocer that we can be for everyone. So again, shout out to everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So far, we have a good amount of persons online. I don't think the person wants to answer, I'm not sure. But let's give them another chance.
All right.
Ask a question.
So there are 4 questions that you need to answer. Just highlight one of the dishes that we would have displayed this evening, 2 of the questions that myself and the other mothers would have discussed, 2 gift ideas, and we just need to say the address and the phone number for Mr. Fish and Shrimp. And you are going to win a $150 gift certificate that you can shop at Mr. Fish and Shrimp. You can get some gifts for your mother. If you are a mother, you can get something for yourself. Definitely it's a treat for Mother's Day. Please ensure that you as a person, if you're a mom, ensure that you make this weekend extra special. Do something nice for yourself, and again, it doesn't have to be something big. Small things actually count.
Very much so. So, and again, for the gift basket, anyone who shops from tomorrow at 6 a.m. until Sunday at 6 p.m., anyone who shops at Mr. Fish and Shrimp with over 50, and the receipt is over $50, they get to go into a raffle, and that on at 6, 6:30, we're going to pull that name, and we're going to present them with the gift basket. All right? So, it's a wrap?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And we want to say thank you guys so much again, and we will see you next time. For those of you who, are looking for a place where you can buy all your grocery needs, plus some small local businesses, check us out at Mr. Fish and Shrimp. All right?
New extension.
Peace out. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Good night.